Hey Frumly, welcome to the Bin Zone. On today's video, we're talking about the theory that links Tabitha, Elgin, the lady in the kimono, to Fatima's evil unborn child.
You realize what you're saying sounds completely bat-fuck crazy.
Well, you were the one that said that everything's connected.
It really is all connected, so give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you want to find out exactly why all these dreams are nothing but a shared memory of all the inhabitants of Frumsville. The very first time we're introduced to Elgin is when he wakes up on the bus and immediately he panics because he recognizes where he is. It's Frumsville, and that should have been our very first clue. Even though he's never been there before, he's dreamt of this place, and that causes an overwhelming sense of dread over him, causing him to throw up on Randall. Guys, what's really interesting is Tilly was the first person to react to Elgin requesting them to stop the bus. It's from that moment that she started gravitating towards Elgin, because I'm convinced Tilly knows more than she's letting on. After all, she knew that Fatima was pregnant without anyone telling her, showing us that she does have an understanding of what exactly is going on, so we have to really pay attention to Tilly. But back to Elgin. It's not just the dream that he had on the bus. In season 2, episode 3, when Elgin's talking to Fatima, he asks her about a lake or a body of water nearby, and she takes him to the lake. It's here that he first reveals to us and Fatima that he's had dreams of this place before, and he recognizes some of these locations based on the dreams he's had. This happened way back in season 2, episode 3, but it's now finally starting to connect with the current storyline, because in season 3, episode 6, Tabitha reveals to Jade that she used to have dreams about the ancient settlements, showing us that she's another person that's been getting visions of Frumsville even before she ever stepped foot in this place. That ties directly into not just Tabitha, that's also something Boyd's wife Abby says in season 2, that she also had dreams of this place when she was younger. That also ties directly into Miranda, Victor's mother, who's been dreaming about this place, drawing about it even before she ever stepped foot in this town, which is why Henry revealed to Tabitha that Miranda said she was chosen to help save the kids, and now Tabitha may also be chosen. What it looks like to me is that certain characters are being drawn to the town, called out, and eventually they all end up here. But by who and why is the bigger question, and my main suspicion is it's the boy in white. Miranda, Tabitha, and Elgin are now confirmed to have seen the boy in white. We've seen this with Miranda's painting of him. We also saw him literally push Tabitha out the tower. And Elgin back in season 2, episode 9, when they're trying to figure out what happened to Randall, Mariel, and Julie, that's when Elgin tells Boyd about the rest of his dreams. And in his dream, the boy in white gave him the nursery rhyme about they come for 3. And I find this super significant, not only because it helped them stop the music box, but more so for the fact that it establishes a rule of 3. Prime example is Mariel, Randall, and Julie, which connects directly into the symbolism of the 3 stones that Tabitha and Jade were talking about in the settlement. We're gonna dive into that a little later in the video, but all of it is connected. With the help of the boy in white, they were able to break the control of the music box, but we know the characters who've heard the music box in the 2nd season are still affected by it in the 3rd season. We saw this in season 3 with Randall and the cicadas, as well as Julie confirming to Elgin that she can still hear the screams, and Mariel somewhat confirmed it without confirming it to Randall, but she tries not to think about it. We almost forgot that Elgin was also affected by the music box. That's when he first started seeing the lady in the kimono, and he also suffered the same seizure that Mariel, Randall, and Julie had, which puts the music box and the lady in the kimono in direct opposition to the boy in white. And now we're starting to get our first indications of what's really going on in this town. The boy in white's main goal is for them to save the children, but I don't think it's as simple as that, because the kimono lady is asking Elgin for his help. She is telling him that if he helps her, she can help him and everyone else escape. But that's not what the boy in white wants. The boy in white is the one calling them to the town and wanting to save the children. But what if the children are a darker force? Because I find it very suspicious that in the very same episode that Fatima's about to have an ultrasound so she can see an image of her baby, only to find out that there's actually no baby there, is also the same episode in which the lady in the kimono appears in her picture and disappears, giving us some sort of forewarning about Fatima's child not being there. And to me, this is what ties in Fatima, the lady in the kimono, Elgin, and Tilly into one storyline. Remember back in season 2 when Elgin and Tilly were crocheting? Fatima walked by, and it's during that conversation that Tilly congratulates Fatima for being pregnant. However, Fatima didn't tell anybody about it, but Tilly says after having so many kids and grandkids herself, she can tell when someone's pregnant, even though Fatima should only be just a couple of weeks. So I find it awfully suspicious that Tilly can tell at this point that Fatima is actually pregnant, especially since a lot of the times that these supernatural occurrences are happening to Elgin, Tilly's not too far away. When it comes to the lady in the kimono, even with her reading Fatima's tarot cards, and I'm going to keep pointing out the fact that the crow died right in front of Elgin after Tilly's direct involvement with Fatima. So I can't quite connect the dots there, but I know there's something there. What we see in the previews for the next episode is that Elgin is now going to the cellar where Victor last saw his mom Miranda at the exact same time that it looks like Jim and Tabitha are going to the settlement to look at the 3 stones, blending the 2 storylines together. It's not just them. Julie and Randall are going to the ruins, which leads directly to where the music box had their soul trapped in season 2. 3 distinct events happening at the exact same time, the optimal word there being 3. The number 3 plays a huge role in the show, and in numerology, the number 3 often represents cycles, connections, and unity, which could relate to exactly what's going on in Frumsville. Numbers and numerology plays a huge role in From, not just with the number 3, but also with the dates that Jade found in the bottle tree, as well as those being the same numbers on the tower as Tabitha was climbing it, and those numbers come in pairs, just like the bottle trees come in pairs, showing a strong link between numerology and what's happening in the show. Which brings us to the real question: what if the lady in the kimono was also a mother that was drawn to Frumsville to save the kids, just like Miranda and just like Tabitha? What if the lady in the kimono was here to help the Ankui kids, but then realized that everything is not what it seems? And ultimately she realized that this was not it, but instead of letting her go, the town killed her. That tracks very well with the themes of saving the children and the boy in white wanting mothers to be the chosen one to help save the children, but at the same time creating mothers for the children like they're doing with Fatima, who is or is not pregnant. We don't know at this point because the ultrasound says one thing, but her cravings say a whole nother thing. I think Elgin and Tabitha are more connected than we ever thought. I believe that the people who have these visions about Frumsville were originally from here, because we never look at the title of From. It's called From, but that doesn't make sense in the context of the show unless the characters are from this town and these dreams are actually memories. Because looking at the clothes that young Tabitha wears, it's similar era clothing to the man who Jade saw in the settlements next to the 3 stones. So maybe the people having visions are the children from Frumsville and now they're just coming home. Because looking back at the numbers in the bottle tree as well as the numbers in the tower, all of them correlate to years. What if those years are the years of a cycle, but not just the cycle of a chosen one, but also the cycle in which the people from Frumsville, the kids who were there, left and they're coming back? What if the town is actually taking kids and bringing them here, and that's why you have to save the kids? There is a strong link between kids and the town. We know that for a fact. Tabitha has been having nightmares about this place since childhood. We also know Abby, Boyd's wife, was also having dreams about this place since childhood too. And I'm starting to think that even before Miranda started taking LSD, she started having dreams about this place, and the LSD only unlocked her mind to the true potential of what she was dreaming. Elgin has been having these dreams for a while, so these aren't new dreams. What if all of this is connected? It's one big time loop, and the numbers, numerology, all that plays a big role and a big factor in understanding just exactly what is going on in Frumsville. And now that starts to tie into some other theories that I have on this channel that you guys should definitely check out. And guys, remember, that's just my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it in the comment section below. Guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and until next time, peace.